All right, hello and welcome everybody to the CA Tournament Recap Report. I'm here with Gabe Kastenmeier, coach and owner of CA. I'm Taylor Price, producer for all the podcasts and your editor for this video. Welcome back from, two great experiences tournament-wise for CA. I mean, first we'll get into, the tournament two weeks ago was in Kansas City, so we'll start there with the 13U team getting out to a hot start and winning that tournament. So let's talk about the performances and what they got to experience before the tournament.
Yeah, before the tournament, we had all the players come down, got to go to a Kansas Jayhawk game. We trained one of their players, Evan Shaw from Fridley, Minnesota, and all the kids got to see what it's like to be at a Big 12 conference field, Hoagland Park. I think we sold out that whole place. I don't think they'd seen that many fans because we had about 40 players and, one or two parents with each of those players. So we probably had about 60, 70 people there to cheer on Evan Shaw, and he signed autographs after the game, gave some posters to the kids. So really cool experience for those kids to see that. And then we rolled in on Saturday ready to play. 13Us got off to a strong start, 10 running, 15 running teams. Some real strong performances from the likes of Finn Biskey, Simon Bruno, Mick Hansen, to name a few. Gavin Jolson as well. Lots of good things from that group that first day for 13Us.
And we're going to throw in a highlight here that I was sent from the final day for 13U of the final pitch from Big Mick coming in to close the game.
Yep, they rolled through that last game. They ended up winning 16-13 against that Prodigy team, and they came out. I mean, the other team came out hitting. It was close for the first few innings. That's kind of how all the games started, but then once the CA bat started rolling, guys driving in runs, then we had to have Big Mick come in and close the door, and here's that clip so you can see exactly what it was.
Lot of vibes in that video. I'm telling you, that was a great final, and I think the fans make that video just like the hair stood up on my arms when I watched that
man.
Clip.
Exactly. And it was 85 degrees down there, 8:45 p.m. at night. Sorry, parents, for the drive back, but it was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they're going to remember that for a while. That's for dang sure. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about 14U in Kansas City. Little bit of an interesting experience for them, getting a tie to start, but still ultimately finishing 1-1-1. Learning a lot from this weekend.
Absolutely. 14's playing at the AAA level. Every game being competitive. In pool play, you really need to go 2-0, and if you go 1-1, you got to make sure it's a close game.
Drives it to left center. Center fielder going back, looking up. It's over his head. He may try to get home here. He's getting the wave. He's going, coming home. Throw is to third. He rounds it, comes home, picks his teammate up. 2 runs are across for CA here. Hayden clapping at the pitcher, trying to get in his head. Mason rocks one to left field. That might go. Mason flips his bat. Attaboy, Mason just cleared the fence. Crushes it out to left field. I'm thankful given the bat flip, it made it all the way. 1-0 count to Mason. Delivers. That ball is gone. 4-run jack, grand slam. Mason having a day.
Fortunately, they went 1-0-1 with a tie and didn't get into the championship bracket, so ended up playing a friendly game that night. Real close game at the end. After 5 innings, it ended up being a lopsided score, but it was a lot closer than that. 1-1, 2-1 until the last inning where they ended up losing it. But overall, really happy with that group and where they progressed to the Iowa weekend.
That's a good, learning mechanism for any kid. You got to remember, you got to bring it early on, and that way that the tournament, you kind of bring the vibes early.
Absolutely.
And the tournament flows from that on. Next up, the 12U had themselves a good weekend, ultimately still finishing maybe not where they would like, but having great highlights along the way.
New group, lots of new faces this year, first-timers playing for CA, so usually first tournaments, feeling things out. They went 2-0 to start, getting 10-run rules on the first two teams they played. Last game got a little lopsided, but overall that weekend, great at bats by Landon Thomas, over 700 average that weekend. Will Swemby coming in with the power in the middle of the lineup, and other players just getting on base so that we can get the runs in. That was a major key for those first two wins in the Kansas City weekend.
Rolling up to the Iowa tournament, there's a place that CA has visited very often. Yeah, we love to go to Iowa and play in tournaments there. So sticking with the 12U, let's talk about their experience in Iowa.
Absolutely. Real good experience. They went 2-2. I would say the competition was a little bit better than in Kansas City, so it was good to see that. The kids didn't get too high, didn't get too low, stayed very even keel, really good with baseball. Ended up going 1-1 in pool play, and ended up getting a rematch. They lost 9-7 against the Scrappers, ended up getting a rematch in the semifinals because they made it to the championship bracket. Ended up losing 16-15 in the final game. I'll tell you, that game started out, we made some errors, probably 4 or 5 in the first inning, ended up getting down 6-0, then it was down 11-1, 12-2 at some point, and I told the boys, it's really up to what you want to do with this one. If we want to fight and claw back into it, and they did. We ended up losing 16-15, down 16-9 in the last inning, and put up 6 runs to make it close. 16-15, didn't get over the hump, but in reality, super proud of the boys. Had some really good resilience. I don't even think I've had some high schoolers that have had some of that resilience. So it's good to see 12-year-olds being able to do that.
What an epic comeback! I mean, still the final, that close after being down that early that much is still a credit to that team. So
absolutely.
Yeah, let's take another team that maybe has struggled early on, but showing signs of life is the 14U and what they did in Iowa.
Absolutely. Again, started out 0-1-1. So it was a little, and these games are all competitive, all close. Getting a tie in, ended up beating the same team on Sunday that they tied. So that was really good to see. But a lot of resilience, a lot of learning lessons for that group that weekend about accountability and whatnot. So that was good to see, off-field stuff. And then they came in Sunday and put 2 wins on the board, got a silver bracket championship, got a banner, got some medals, and an all-out team effort. Guys putting together good at bats, getting guys on base, getting them in. And I would say some key performances were Liam Doyle hitting a bomb to tie, at least get a tie so that the team could make the silver bracket Sunday.
Drills the ball to center field. It's back. It's back. Center fielder's underneath it. It's gone! Liam has tied the game with a home run to center field.
So he hit a bomb on Saturday, and then a lot of doubles and triples from a few other guys on the team. But a lot of resilience, throwing a lot more strikes on Sunday too for our pitching staff, and that core group, we've stuck together for a while now, and we're playing at the AAA level. We'll see how they do in the May Club Championships here against some of the top talent in Minnesota next weekend.
And I'm excited to see them because they are, we have a few kids that we get to see every day. Nate Bradley, to name a few.
Jake Wagner will be playing on that roster next weekend.
Exactly. So it's a very fun atmosphere for that team, and I think we have high hopes for them as well. So
absolutely. Last
but not least, the guys who shined very brightly in Kansas City, they came to play again in Iowa. Let's talk about 13U.
13U, 9-0 over 2 weekends. We really found out that this group has the resilience to put runs up on the board, some strong performances. Finn Biskey, team MVP for the CIS Tournament of Champions. He really did everything. Out on the mound, I think he had 8 or 9 innings, 8 innings pitched, 6 innings in the last game, really keeping the other team at bay, the Sticks, Iowa Sticks. He kept them at bay, and then Mick Hansen came in and shut the door again, just like you saw in that clip before. He's our Haas, making things happen and closing the game. But all-out team effort, guys making plays in the field, putting runs up when we needed it, and ended up winning 9-7 to take home another banner and some rings. So,
yeah, that's gonna be a big hat to hang at home for CA. Another trip to Iowa, another win. I feel like Iowa is just becoming our stomping ground. We might as well put a CA banner up there permanently.
Right. We'll really see what that team's made of playing in the AAA bracket here at the May Club Championships. We decided to add another tourney because we want to see what these kids are made of. So super excited about that. And overall, CA is moving forward, and yeah, it's a great group of kids, great group of families as well.
Not only moving forward, but still continuing to put out content and putting out, good teams. I think everything is working out in our favor at the moment, just because we're working hard and we're, trusting the process.
Trusting the process, training and developing these kids, teaching them how to win, have that winning attitude, and being accountable as well.
Making them better at baseball and in life. Let's go.
Let's go. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning into the recap. Hit that subscribe button if you want
Subscribe,
more.
hit it. See all our posts, get those notifications.
And don't forget to follow on Instagram. And we're working on the TikTok. We'll get that one done.
Absolutely.
See you next time.